What's going on, everyone? Today we're going to be predicting the NHL standings for the divisions. So we got the Northwest, Central, East. Right, the season just started. Some teams have played 3 games. Some haven't played just yet. So we're going to be trying to see, who's going to fall where. I'm going to be predicting this. All my thoughts. Before we do that, though, let's take a look at the current standings, just so we have a little bit of a basic idea of what's happening. So for the Central, Lightning are leading it. Again, though, Stars and Panthers haven't even played a game yet. So, not too bad. A little bit of a rough start for the Hurricanes, 1-1. In the East, Capitals are leading it. They got 3 games compared to everyone else who has 2, except for Penguins. Again, kind of predictable what's going on there. West, right? Golden Knights are leading it. Everyone's got 2 games played still. Kind of what we're thinking is going to happen. And then for the North, Maple Leafs are leading it with the Jets at the bottom, even though the Jets have only played 1 game and they have actually won it. The Canucks played 3, have lost both, have lost 2, have 1 win. So, just a little bit of an early feeling of what's going on for the standings. And then I'm going to be predicting of what I think is going to happen. So it's starting off at the North. We're going to go from the bottom to the top. So who I think is going to rank last is, I'm sorry, Ottawa. I'm thinking you're going to be last. Right? I just don't see how they're going to be able to really pull much off. They got a decent start. I really hope they surprise me here and that they don't, get last. But as of right now, I don't think they got it. And then from there, though, I think Winnipeg is going to get second to last. Right? That's the 6th. I feel a lot of people think Winnipeg is good. I haven't paid much attention to them personally, but I don't see it. I don't see them doing much. And then we got Calgary. I don't think Calgary's that strong of a team. They got Markstrom. He's a great goalie. Johnny Gaudreau, but I just feel like they're gonna struggle. They did just recently beat Vancouver, and Vancouver, they're struggling early on, but they have such a good young core that once they get going, they're going to be unstoppable. But for Calgary, I just don't feel it. I don't think this is their year. I think they're going to have a very, very tough time. So then, 4th, who's going to make the playoffs? The bottom line for the playoffs, I think Edmonton. I think Edmonton's going to come on out at the bottom, right? Just squeeze in McDavid. He can only carry the team so much. So I think he's going to be able to do it to make the playoffs. From there, I got Vancouver. Vancouver has they've been at the bottom so far, but very, very, very talented team. I have very high hopes for them, and I hope that they completely win their division, could go on to the Stanley Cup. I think that'd be amazing. But as of right now, I'm just putting them 3rd. They haven't shown that they belong to be any higher. And then I got Montreal and Toronto. So Toronto, I think, isn't going to be able to win it. I think the Canadiens are going to steal this one. I do. I think the team, they have what it takes, right? I think they're going to beat Toronto overall in their series. Toronto's going to get 2nd, right? I think it's just going to be interesting to see. I have very high hopes for Montreal. I see it. But, hey, probably be wrong. But again, this is just what I'm predicting as of right now. 2 games in. Alright, so moving on to the West. Who's going to get the bottom? Is it going to be Los Angeles or is it going to be San Jose? It's going to be Los Angeles. Alright, let me see if I just threw that away. Alright, sorry about that. I had a little difficulty there. But at the bottom, alright, yeah, we said Los Angeles was going to be at the bottom. 3rd, yeah, very difficult. Very, very difficult time. Minnesota, too. I forgot about them. But they're not going to have an easy run. Yeah, I'm putting them at the bottom. Next, I got the San Jose Sharks. We got Anaheim there, too. Hold on. Anaheim is next. If I could pick you up and move you. There we go. Anaheim, again, they're struggling. It's going to be very rough for these teams. Then we got San Jose. Alright, so then we got all the Californian teams. California is not your year for hockey. The Sharks are just not it. right? Anaheim's not it. Los Angeles is not it. Uh, so San Jose, you got some decent players. Erik Karlsson, Brett Burns, but like you got some old men over there still. Patrick Marleau like re-signed with them to like basically finish his career. Right? It's just you don't even have Thornton anymore. Just no, not it. Next we got Minnesota. Right? I'm keeping them right there. Minnesota. Oh, poor Minnesota. Who's even on that team anymore? Right? I'm sure I know the players, but like Matt Dumba. But like it just I feel so bad for them. Poor Minnesota, the state of hockey is just getting their butts whooped. Arizona, we're moving on to the next. I think Arizona can squeeze into the playoffs. Maybe, hopefully. Probably not. Alright, but no. Arizona, again, they got some good talent over there. I like the goaltending. I just they're just maybe gonna be able to escape if you can beat on these bad teams. Make sure you win all those. They'll be good. Then we got St. Louis coming in at third. All right, former Stanley Cup champions of 2 years ago. They just got killed by Colorado, but they can still do it. They can get third. They're definitely one of the much better teams in that division. It's just Colorado's that much better. And then, yeah, we're going to leave it like that. Vegas coming in second. Colorado's going to win it all. Colorado probably will win the Stanley Cup as of right now. I don't know who's going to be able to stop them. Vegas, another dominant team. I just don't think they're going to win it. I think Colorado just has the edge of them over there. Alrighty. The Central. Another interesting division because you got some really strong teams and then just like, what even are they? Coming in at last, we're going to put the Detroit Red Wings. Yeah, Detroit's struggling. They're going to struggle for a while. Been struggling in Detroit. But they're just going to come in the bottom. Next up, probably Florida. Right? They're just They got some decent players. Barkov, Bobrovsky, if he actually plays, but like again, they're just weak. It's Florida Panthers, you know what I mean? Like, no one expects much out of them. Then we got Nashville. Keeping Nashville there. Oh, wait a minute. No, I'm not. I forgot about Chicago. Blackhawks are next. My bad. Blackhawks are next. Again, they're struggling. They can maybe turn it around, right? Surprise some people, but ugly situation out there. All right. Next, we got Nashville. And then Nashville, they were in the final a couple years ago. Who'd they lose to? I forget who they lost to in the final. Maybe it was the Penguins. But they were right there. They were so close, and they've fallen apart. And I think they're just going to keep getting worse. But I think this season, that's where they're going to end as of right now. But it's not looking too good in Nashville. Next, we got Columbus. Columbus, I think, can squeeze on out of their division to make the playoffs. They got great coaching. Tortorella, amazing coach. Right, they might be able to do it, might not, but they're a very solid team. They don't have the players that you're like, wow, they got like these top name players. Like they're just kind of like a bunch of like solid second line, third line players is how I view Columbus, and they're gonna get it done. Next up, Dallas, keeping them right there. Right, they just made it to the final. They haven't really improved the team much. They probably actually got worse, but they're still in it. They're still fighting. Right, Dallas, a good goaltending again. Right, just very solid team. Next up, you got Carolina. And yeah, Carolina is just their threat. They're good. Simply put, they're a good team. Right, and they're gonna stay good, and they're just gonna get better with age because they got a lot of young players who are just gonna become better, just skilled. So look out for Carolina. And then Tampa. Tampa's going to win their division. Stanley Cup champions, right? Like, unless they get another serious injury, like even with Kucherov out, um, I still think they're just going to be too good, right? Stamkos is playing, so it's like, yeah, Tampa's winning that. And then moving on to the East, one of a very, very interesting division. These are all interesting divisions, but I feel like out of the North, which I think I'm most interested in, and then it's the East, because there's a lot of teams where it's like they're really getting there, and then there's other teams where you're like you're going in the wrong direction. So they're interesting. But at the bottom, I gotta put the Devils. It's ugly there. It's ugly in Jersey. Right, the goaltending, they got Blackwood, but no. Right, Jack Hughes he's got to prove himself. First overall, he did nothing last year. I don't know how big of an impact he's gonna have. Subban's terrible. It's ugly. It's ugly out there. Then we got Buffalo. Buffalo Sabres again. They just signed Taylor Hall, but it's not. It's too competitive for them to pull out of anything. They're not gonna be able to do it. Right, like they would if it was a regular season, they could beat up on all of these other teams down here, but they're in the East. So like, who are you gonna beat? You're gonna beat Jersey 10 times, 8 times, right? If like everyone is, so it's not gonna work out very well for them. Next, who's next? This is a tough one. It's a very tough division. As of right now, I'm gonna put the Islanders down there. Now I know you're thinking, what, the Islanders? No way. But right, they're just what the heck happened here? There we go. Sorry about that. The Islanders, right, they're just not. Who do they have? Like they have good players, but at the same time, I just sit there and you watch them play, and it's like, geez, Louise, guys, like you don't belong here. You just have the coach. That's all you have. So yeah, right now, I just don't think they got it. Not gonna pull it off. Next, the Penguins. Pittsburgh is not who they used to be. They're just, the dynasty's over. They're going downhill. They're still great. Sidney Crosby, Malkin, right? They're still great, but they're not. Right? They're gonna struggle. They're gonna struggle. Next, I'm putting the New York Rangers. I think they might be able to squeeze in. I think they're gonna surprise some people. We don't know yet what Lafreniere's gonna do. Capo Caco, right? Second overall last year. Second overall and a first overall in 2 years. Like, if they play good, this team's gonna be dangerous. Great goaltending again. Right? They just got solid. It's just the defense is very, very lackluster right now in New York. But I mean, Panarin, Zibanejad, it's like you got such a strong forward that once they start connecting, they're going to be dangerous. But I just feel that it's going to be a little bit too late for them to really make anything amazing. They might be able to slip in to the playoffs, though. Then we get Boston. And Boston is just, again, Boston's good. Boston's good every year. But are they? Are they that good? Do they have what it takes? They'll make playoffs. I don't even know what word I would use if they didn't make the playoffs. But, they're just, again, can they do it? They lost to the Devils in overtime. The second game of the season. Like, do they have what it takes these days to keep up? I don't think so. And then I'm going to leave it there. I think Philly's going to come in second and Washington's going to come in first. The Capitals, they're the Capitals. I feel like they get first every single year, no matter what. Like, you just can't stop them. Right? When it comes to the playoffs, these other teams can beat them in a 7-game series, but in the overall season, They always get first in the division, and they're gonna do it again. And then Philly, second. They're good. Philly. They're just getting better. So right, they're gonna get second. Um, I think a lot of these teams hit or miss. Like basically from when it comes to like third to fifth, I feel like they're all interchangeable. Maybe even sixth. Like they're all just right there. Like you don't know. Um, so yeah, that's my projection. My prediction. Um, this is what I think is gonna happen. Right? Who do I want is not necessarily where I put them. So it's not like they're at the bottom. That means I hate them. Blah blah blah. I mean, I do dislike the Devils, but like that's another story. But yeah, thanks for watching. Let me know what you think. All right, come back for more. Yeah, see you around. Thank you.